Students, this year's homecoming is themed Through the Decades. To celebrate our 110th homecoming, we decided to find successful graduates of WCHS and let them tell us their favorite homecoming memories. Check out this video and pay attention to their titles. Former WCHS students have done some awesome things.
What's up, y'all? It's Ethan Roberts. I'm a 2015 grad of White County High School, and I'd like to share my favorite memory from high school homecoming. There's a day that we do during the week of the dress-up days. It's called Duo Day. I'm sure you're aware of it. But me and my wife, we got to dress up as Forrest and Jenny because it's our favorite movie. So it was a good day. It's my favorite day for sure of homecoming.
What's up, White County High School? My name is Ashton Douglas, and I graduated from the class of 2012. I'm currently in vet school at the University of Tennessee at Knoxville, and my favorite homecoming memory is watching the band at halftime getting to show off what they've been practicing all summer long.
My favorite part about homecoming would definitely have to be the game day pep rallies. Everybody getting ready for your class and some Warrior football. Good luck, Warriors.
I would like to start off by saying that my favorite homecoming memories do not include any post-game shenanigans that involve toilet paper. With that being said, I think one of my favorite parts of homecoming was definitely the dress-up days. It was always so much fun getting with all your friends and coming up with all kinds of crazy outfits to wear. One that sticks out in my mind the most is one year we dressed up as the That 70s Show gang for Decades Day. It turned out pretty epic. Guys, have a wonderful homecoming and go Warriors.
I know our senior year, a girl organized an event before, or just like a get-together, and we made a flag. And this was before embroidery and all this cool stuff. So, you know, we just had paint pens, and we all signed our names. We had some teachers sign names, and so we waved it, of course, at homecoming, but that night too we stuck it to somebody's vehicle, and we thought it had all disappeared, but it popped back up at our class reunion at 10 years. So that was pretty cool to see, and see all of our goofy little bubble letters and stuff, and just see how we were as friends in a community, just to get together and be silly. So that's got to be my most favorite memory.
My name is Kane Rogers. I'm a loan officer here at First National Bank and also serve on the county commission as county commissioner. When I think about homecoming, in 2006 when I graduated, there was always what we call junior-senior war. We were always at competitive events that dealt with our two classes, and we were always out to get, whether I was a junior or senior, we were always out to get the other side, whether it was pranks or school-related events like tug-of-war and stuff that we would do on the high school field. But a lot of those folks ended up being some of my best friends down the road, and so I encourage you to enjoy the homecoming activities. A lot of these people around you will be good friends to you down the road.
Hi, I'm Bruce Macleod. I'm the Assistant District Attorney here in White County. My favorite moment of homecoming, or time about homecoming, would be, I think, the pep rally. All the classes get together, there's a lot of energy. It's right before the football game. So that was definitely my favorite part of homecoming, would be that pep rally right before the game. So go Warriors.
Hi, I'm Kelly Jolly Harper. When I think back to White County High School homecoming, I think about the week leading up to. It was so much fun for all the students. I do remember probably one of the funniest memories is just spending time with my classmates, getting the halls decorated for competition so that our grade could try to win the best decorated hall. I think it was just the small moments that seem insignificant at the time, but now when you look back, those are the moments you'll always remember.
Wow, my most memorable homecoming. There's too many memories to narrow it to one. Like, I remember my first homecoming, this girl I had a crush on asked me to dance. Ended up being my first love. And then after a freshman, like all the other years, I was the guy who was standing on a table with this Mickey Mouse floaty around me, playing all the music, and was trying to be the life of the party. I ended up being more village idiot than life of the party, but I had so much fun. If I had to say my most memorable, though, it would be not even my own homecoming. I went to White County High School's homecoming with a young lady who now I'm proud to say has been my wife for 22 years, Tennille. Wow. So my life, my love, my heart will not only always be with homecoming, but will be with White County High School. There with you guys. It's a great moment. Enjoy it. And I love you guys. And for the brothers watching this, yurt one time.
Hey there, White County High School students. This is Glenn Price. Man, when I got the call and was asked to talk about maybe my most memorable homecoming, my mind went flooding back, and after I did the math and realized I'd been out of school for 30 years, the reality set in of how old I am today. So this time in your life will go by so fast. But I really couldn't think of one particular homecoming or an event because they were all incredibly special. And what I really think about are the friendships that I had in high school. You know, the time that I spent playing football with my buddies and running around with Mike Lynn and Jeff Glass and Waldo. And, there's probably some things I could talk about that might not be appropriate. Things that we did maybe after homecoming. But enjoy this time. It will absolutely fly by. You guys are in such a great place. It's a special place. You've got wonderful teachers who know you, for you, who care about you, and really want the best for your life. And so, the most important part of a house is a foundation. And I'm not a builder, but this is the foundational time of your life there in high school. And what you're learning, the relationships, it's going to springboard you to this next season that will come by so fast. So just enjoy it and have a lot of fun at the same time. Thanks.
My favorite memory from homecoming is my sophomore year back in 1980. We'd had a great season that year, winning 8 games, including the Industrial Bowl. We only lost 3 games that year by a combined total of 20 points. We always had a great homecoming week, from the game to working on the class float for the parade to closing out the week with a homecoming dance. But I'd have to say that the homecoming game that year was my favorite memory because we beat Battleground Academy 26-7. Here's hoping you guys have a great homecoming week.
My favorite memory of homecoming is not just one single or particular game, but it's how the whole week leading up to homecoming just recharges and energizes not only the whole school, but the whole community. It makes everyone want to gather around the event, support their local teams, and really just come together as a family.
Hello, I'm Mike Prater from the class of 1971. They was asking me my favorite memory of homecoming. I always enjoyed the pep rallies, the spirit car, and the homecoming parade. We always had a lot of fun at the homecoming parade.
I'm Guy Wilson. The best memories of my homecoming, which was a long time ago, was of course, getting out of class was the best thing about it. But helping decorate and get everything ready, where people respected each other and they showed love for each other, and we had a real good time. And today seems like that's lacking in the schools today, but we had a real good time because everybody helped each other and love was there for each other. Thank you.
I can still close my eyes and see what remains as my favorite White County High School homecoming memory. During my freshman and sophomore year, the high school was still at the location across town. And on Thursday afternoon, we would have the homecoming parade. The street leading up to the high school was lined with maple trees. They were just vivid with fall colors during homecoming time. So the combination of the floats, the band, the players on the fire trucks, and those beautiful fall leaves, and all the people lining the streets to watch the parade. combined to make a great homecoming memory for me.
Okay, I graduated high school in 1967, and all 4 years we went to the old high school, the location where the middle school was. So what I remember about homecoming was we had a parade where everybody would walk downtown. The band would lead the way. There would be the homecoming court in cars, and then we would walk by homerooms downtown to go around the square, around the courthouse, and then we would come back to the high school. One particular year I remember, it's not necessarily a good memory, as we were walking back to the high school and I was with my homeroom, the principal came and grabbed me by the arm and pulled me out of the parade and ordered me back up to his office. And I had no clue what was happening, but anyway, I proceeded to follow his instructions. And he quickly caught up with me, and he realized that he had made a mistake, that I wasn't the individual that he was looking for. So he apologized and told me to go back to my homeroom and proceed with the walk. Well, for about 2 to 3 weeks after that, I had many people asking me what I'd done to incur the wrath of the principal. They didn't know that he'd come up and apologize for me. They didn't see that, but everybody did see him coming and grabbing me and pulling me out and ordering me up to the high school to his office. So that's not necessarily a pleasant memory, but it's a memory that sticks with me.
Homecoming was a very proud day for myself at White County High School. Being out on the field and looking at the crowd and seeing all the people around the fence lined up to watch us, it was the only thing in town, only thing in the county it was the place to be. And we were very excited about getting to play in front of such a large crowd. And we had a lot of pride in our team. As a matter of fact, no one had scored against us all year. And I was very honored to be on the field with all of my friends.
The most memorable time and game was when we played against Alcoa in the bowl game in East Tennessee. We were playing against one of the top running backs in the United States. He was an All-American. And I remember pretty specifically that Dale Farley, after a play or two, Dale said, there's nothing to this guy. We can handle this guy. And I remember that in that game, his total yardage was probably the least he had gotten the whole year. We defeated that team, and that was a pretty memorable time for playing ball. But just about every game that we played, it was mostly teamwork. It wasn't who you were and how good you played. Everybody played as a team. And I think that's the most success that made our team what it was, that we all played together, and it wasn't no one star. Everybody was a star on that team. And we all played that way, and I think that carried over into a lot of things that we do in our life today. You got to be the same to the person today, tomorrow, and every day of your life.
It's hard to really realize what we did at homecoming. It's been 65 years since I graduated from high school. I can tell you what I think homecoming should be like. Homecoming should be for the students. That's a week that all grades will get excited, building floats, having a dance afterwards, and hopefully that the teams can have a winning game that night. But homecoming is one of the things that you hopefully don't forget, but when you wait 65 years, it's hard to remember what happened back then.
I'm Martha Vaughn, and one of my favorite memories of homecoming is the pep rallies that we used to have out on the football field, and the cheerleaders and I was a cheerleader that led all the cheers. and our football team that year had a winning season. And then usually after the football team, after the ball game, we have a dance in the gymnasium.
Homecoming parades, and we had a homecoming dance. And we had cheerleaders, and we also had majorettes and had the band, and that was just something to look forward to. And the halftime ceremonies, I don't know if they do that now or not, but like I said, the seniors got pinned, and their girlfriends put the pin on them, you know. And then after that's when they had the homecoming dance, and we just had a big time.
One of my favorite homecoming memories was back when I played football. Our captains would go to the Vist in school and invite them up for the game. And Charlie Brass and I were captains, so we went down and invited Macleod up for our homecoming game. And my other memory was back then, the captains crowned the homecoming queen, and our queen at that time was Sally Webb. So Charlie and I crowned Sally.
Was 15 miles away was Cookville, and we played them and beat them 14-7, I believe, the last game. And we played in Sparta, and the last play of the game, this guy came through to block a punt and hit me after I'd already punted, and I was on crutches 2 or 3 weeks after that.
You want me to talk about whatever I want to? I remember my high school days. I was the teacher's pet. William Metcalf was my history teacher, and I was his pet. So he sort of guided me through. But the biggest thing, and as lasted all my life, was I was secretary of our senior class. So after I graduated, I remained the secretary, and we have finished our 75th class reunion. And what I did, I had to get the invitations out, keep up with all of the graduates of our class. We had 81 in the class, and now there's 4 of us living. So that, I think, is very interesting. I don't much remember homecoming, though, because most of the boys were having to go into the service. Now, we had winning football teams, and of course, we played Cookville, and we didn't enjoy that game because they would get in a fight, and they finally called the games off between the two schools because they just couldn't have a game with having a fight. Well, I really don't know much else to tell you. I remember I never did like to study, but I really enjoyed high school. And so